I never imagined the person I trusted most would turn my deepest secrets into public gossip. Before everything unraveled, I honestly believed I was in the safest relationship of my life. We'd been together a little over 2 years, long enough that sharing every thought felt natural. Late night talks, long road trips, endless messages about our fears and dreams. We built a world only we could enter. I told him things no one else knew. Childhood struggles, insecurities I hid even from my closest friends, plans I was afraid to say out loud. He always listened, always said, "Your secrets are safe with me." That trust became the foundation of everything. The reason I could be vulnerable, the reason I never thought to hold anything back. To me, he wasn't just a boyfriend. He was the one person who carried the unfiltered version of my life. Those private stories weren't just words. They were pieces of my identity. Sharing them felt like handing someone a part of my soul. Something you can't take back once it's given. It started with tiny, almost invisible changes, things you'd dismiss if you weren't looking. Friends who normally replied with long voice notes suddenly sent stiff one-liners. A coworker gave me a look I couldn't read, like they knew something I didn't. Then came the late-night text from an old classmate I hadn't spoken to in years. "Hey, are you okay? Just checking after what I heard." My stomach tightened. After what I heard? What did that even mean? I tried to convince myself it was nothing. Maybe a coincidence, maybe my anxiety talking. But the whispers kept coming. A casual lunch invitation that ended in awkward silence. A relative mentioning a detail about my past I had only shared with one person. Each moment was small on its own, but together they formed a pattern I couldn't ignore. That's when the first real doubt crept in. Had I trusted the wrong person with the deepest parts of me? The truth hit me on a quiet Sunday afternoon. I was scrolling through my phone when a screenshot popped up in a group chat I barely used. A screenshot of my late-night confessions. The exact words I had whispered only to him, now plastered with laughing emojis. My heart stopped. I tacked through message after message, private details about my childhood, fears I'd never spoken out loud to anyone else, all forwarded from his number. Before I could even breathe, a call came from my best friend. "Are you okay? Everyone's talking about the messages he posted." I remember my hands shaking so hard I almost dropped the phone. It felt like the air was ripped out of the room. In that moment, anger and heartbreak collided. Shock first, like maybe it was a mistake, maybe someone hacked him. But then, the cold realization. He chose this. The person I trusted most had turned my deepest secrets into a public spectacle. The hours after I found out are still a blur. Friends I'd known for years stopped calling, not because they believed the rumors, but because they didn't know what to say. My phone became a battlefield, notifications exploding with questions, pity, and worst of all, silence from people I thought would defend me. Sleep vanished. Every time I closed my eyes, I heard the ping of those screenshots landing in someone else's inbox. I started second-guessing every friendship, every late-night talk I'd ever had. When I finally confronted him, his voice was flat. "It's not a big deal. They were just messages." I remember staring at him, words stuck in my throat, thinking, "Not a big deal? You detonated my life and call it nothing?" That moment changed everything. The trust I once had in people, any people, fractured. My world felt smaller, colder, and unbelievably loud. with the sound of betrayal. One night, after another sleepless spiral, I finally caught my reflection in the dark window and thought, enough. I blocked his number, deleted every chat, and removed him from every corner of my digital life. For the first time in weeks, the silence on my phone felt like peace instead of loneliness. I reached out to the people who mattered. My best friend, my sister, a coworker I trusted. Their voices reminded me that one person's cruelty didn't define me. I changed my passwords, set new boundaries, and most important, stopped apologizing for secrets that were never meant to be public. The lesson came slow but clear. Trust isn't about never getting hurt. It's about knowing when to walk away and protect your own heart. That night I realized the power I thought he'd stolen was mine all along. It's been months since that night, and life finally feels like it belongs to me again. I poured my energy into small, steady things. Morning walks, journaling, therapy sessions where I could untangle the knots he left behind. Each step rebuilt a piece of the trust I thought I'd lost forever. I've learned to keep certain details sacred, not because I'm hiding, but because privacy is a form of power. The people who truly care don't need every secret to stand by you. If you're watching this and carrying the weight of someone else's betrayal, remember, you are more than the story they tell about you. Your voice, your boundaries, your healing, they all belong to you. And that's the lesson I carry forward. Protect your heart, trust yourself first, and never let someone else decide the worth of your story. Have you experienced a moment when someone you trusted broke that trust? Comment below, and if you want more real stories like this, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one.